I'm back. Rudrance for Black and White Network. We're going to talk about Tiffany Cross because some details have emerged around her ousting from MSNBC and the fact that I think this pretty much proves that she is truly a radical leftist. Yeah, and she wanted to go after the MSNBC president, Rashida Jones. By the way, Rashida Jones is black. Okay? Now, I did a video the other day where Derek Johnson and Jamel Hill and various other entities were calling, of course, the firing racist, even though Rashida Jones, the president of MSNBC, is black, and Joy Reid is still on the network. I mean, these two have just literally built a brand around telling white people how racist they are, and it's a continuous daily race baiting with both of them. Joy Reid somehow still has her gig. Tiffany Cross does not. This is crazy. I saw this and was like, oh, wow, this is a video. This is Outkick. MSNBC fired failed weekend host Tiffany Cross earlier this month, and according to the New York Post, Cross learned of her ousting days before the announcement and threatened to, quote, take down the network. The report says that Cross began frantically calling left-wing journalists and social activists to intimidate MSNBC and company president Rashida Jones. Cross made calls saying, quote, I'm going out in a blaze, and I'm taking down the network, and I'm going after Rashida. A source told the situation to the Post, the New York Post. Cross summoning woke activists for help coincides with a recent letter that Jamel Hill and the president of Planned Parenthood signed that ordered MSNBC president to meet with them to compensate for firing a black woman. Man, hey, I mean, no shame in using your race to try to get ahead. Man, that seems like such an insult to hardworking black Americans across the country. Wow. Quote, giving the undeniable rise of fascism and persistent threats to democracy we face in the current moment, NBC should be an unrelenting force for truth and safe harbor for voices like Ms. Cross, as well as those with whom she shared broad and popular platform. That was Jamel Hill. The progressive activist accused Rashida Jones of a racist practice for dismissing a black woman. Apparently, a company cannot fire a black woman under any circumstance. Well, we're pretty sure that is sort of, this kind of fallout is why we think Joy Reid continues to have a job over there. Wait until the signees find out Rashida Jones is also, well, a black woman. We talked about that. Firing Tiff Cross was far from racially motivated. In fact, the inevitable accusations of racism upon her ousting likely saved her from an earlier booting. Yeah, she probably got a few more months out of being black. And the network was scared to death to actually cut her. I mean, look, your ratings were terrible, and it's still, believe it or not, a TV network that has to sell ads, and those ads have to sell products, and those products need to be in front of as many eyes as possible. It makes the property, the actual television show, valuable. She wasn't valuable. You know, that's capitalism, but they hate capitalism, so you know. The New York Post spoke to sources inside the building who say Cross had amassed more than $100,000 in expenses for 5-star hotel stays. She expensed trips to Los Angeles, the Super Bowl, and other random events as, quote, work trips. Oh, so she was shady as hell on top of it. Cross's Oscar trip, in which she stayed at the Beverly Wilshire on Rodeo Drive for a, quote, extended stay, says the report. The former host hurt advertising revenue, there you go, at MSNBC with her low ratings and took personal trips on the company's dime. Cross thought she was a celebrity, not weekend host on cable news. Tiffany Cross played a racist on television. That or she is an actual racist. It's unclear what's worse. Some of her highlights include telling black viewers that local white politicians are trying to replace them, calling white women, quote, problematic, using slurs to define Clarence and Jenny Thomas, and referring to Bill Maher as an angry old white man. God. One of my personal favorites, and yeah, this is something that happened like 2 weeks before she got ousted. One of our personal favorites was Cross citing biracial coach, NFL coach Mike McDaniel's handling of Samoan QB Tua Tagovailoa concussion as proof white coaches are reckless with the safety of black players. An all-timer. She got everything wrong. McDaniels is half black, and Tua is freaking Samoan. It was an all-time embarrassment. All-time embarrassment. Those are the reasons MSNBC finally booted Tiffany Cross out of the building and why her lackeys plan to make the network atone for not allowing her to continue spewing racism and hate on air. That was Bobby Burack. Okay, so, wow. So she was just had spending out of control. I'm going to Oscars. Peace. I'm going to the Oscars. Super Bowl. Going. Peace. I'll just charge this all as a company expense. Wow. $100,000. I mean, how much money per episode was her show actually generating, you think, with ratings that low? That's an interesting question I would love to know the answer to. And she's out there acting like she's a A-list celebrity. That's crazy. And you know, the kicker is, again, you're accusing the network and the president of the network of being racist when the president of the network is black. It's crazy. It's kind of like John Matrix getting continuously called a white supremacist, or Larry Elder, or Brandon Tatum, or any of those guys. You know? They're black, by the way. All of them. Oh, but they're conservative, so you know. Wow. That's crazy. So she was trying to get together. I guess this was the activist group that she was trying to put together to go after the network. I guess you were just supposed to keep her forever. Shitty ratings and all. All because she was a black woman. I mean, that sounds like Black Lives Matter, actually. That sounds like something they would put together. Just donate. Donate to us. We'll tell you that we're going to save black lives, but instead we're going to go buy mansions. Oh, and we believe in tribal raisings and families. Everybody breaks up the monetary values amongst everybody. Man, she's a card-carrying member, I seem to see. I think. I don't know. Tell me what you think, Black and White Network supporters. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.